Okay guys, so how's it going today? So I'll just come here to check on the trail here again. And looks like she needs to be rolled again. So that's gonna be freaking awesome to have to do. Oh, it really needs to be rolled. I was just down here not too long ago. Son of a bitch, I'll probably have to roll it, I guess. I don't know if I'll roll it even. I might roll it tonight or something. I gotta put some more gas in Big Red. So, I gotta roll this trail. But I don't know. I think I gave you guys an oats update. Not too sure when the last time I did that, but since we've had quite a bit of rain, it's grown quite a bit. Which is a good thing, but there's just getting to be way too much rain now. There's getting to be just way too much rain. So I'm going to take you over there and we'll, guess we'll go see what's going on. Never quits mowing. I'll leave Big Red here because it's the only place I can actually talk without having to deal with the winds. But yeah, so there's less chance now of rain now for the next next few days anyway. So, but while they're still talking a chance of thunderstorms kind of every day because of it's supposed to be kind of a warm up again. Right now we're in kind of a cool front. It's pretty cool out. But it's going to start getting warm pretty soon though. And whatnot. So of course you can see we haven't even started cutting hay yet. Well, you can't because it rains so damn much. So hopefully this week someone can start putting some hay down. Either, you know, I don't know when they'll start doing our property, but I guess whenever they're done with theirs. So, yeah, and this is where I dumped some Roundup because my pump quit spraying. So I just dumped a little bit on there, and it just murdered the shit right out of it. So, I guess the old timer was at the farm a couple days ago. He said he's gonna come pick up the bull pretty soon, so the bull will be out of here. So, that's nice. Here's our oats. Looking decent. I think that he ought to spray for some grass. So look at it, they're already starting to get their little oats on there already. I'm really surprised that this here survived because I don't know, about a month ago we got like a really heavy downpour. And in this whole area right here was pretty much well underwater. I see that, you know, obviously the water. Well, it took a couple days to go away, but apparently the oats survived all that moisture. So there's the oats. There is some tall grass in there. He needs to spray for grass, but he only sprayed for weeds, not grass. Next time I talk to him, I'm going to have to tell him that you're going to have to spray something for grass, even though there's not a whole hell of a lot of grass in here. There is still a few like thistles and milkweeds that are starting to grow. You can kind of see them way out there in the distance. I'm using my iPhone and I can't zoom in because I'm using YouTube Capture, so But yeah, so that's the oats. They're looking pretty good. They got to be at least a foot tall already. And I guess that stuff that he did spray, there was spray left over. From what I could tell down there at the end, I told him to hit some of those smaller trees. And he sprayed them, and I just noticed, I think the last time I looked, they were dying. So I guess it does kind of work on trees. It just takes a little while, but it does work. It obviously won't kill these big monster trees unless you put 10 gallons on for each tree or something, but that's gonna be quite a bit. So yeah, so there's the oats. They're looking pretty good. I hope that we do get a good crop off this. It's gonna be freaking awesome if we do, because we didn't get anything last year. Last year was a fail. Well, you know, it was a fail because of the way he planted. Instead of using the drill, the old timer, he used a spreader. The spreader's only good for lawn and, you know, and fertilizer shit, not for seed. Seed needs to actually be pressed into the ground. So that didn't work. Ended up getting weeds. And then no one sprayed yet either. So I think the old timer's just getting too wore out, and I don't think he's got half the equipment that his son has. So he probably shouldn't be doing it, you know, if he doesn't have the right equipment. I mean, he's got the equipment to cut hay and bale hay. It's all wore out, but it still manages to get the job done. But you know, I mean, machines can be fixed. It's him that can't be fixed because he's getting older now, and well, not much you can do about it. So, but yeah, I sprayed some Roundup at the farm. I sprayed that grass and weed killer. This was quite a while ago. We're kind of getting low on it now. Because I wanted to keep at least this much, you know, this much for my yard, because I do use it in the rock garden. It's not that often that I use it, but every once in a while I'll spray my little rock garden with weeds. It needs to be redone so it doesn't get the weeds anymore. But that costs money, and right now getting Roundup's cheaper. So anyways, I sprayed some at the farm, and I sprayed these big stinkweeds. I don't know what their real name is called, but we just call them stinkweeds. But they get to be, if you let them go, they'll probably get at least 6 feet tall, if not taller. Well, these were probably about maybe 4.5, 5 foot taller sons of bitches, so they're pretty big, you know. So they're basically about the same as me. And those weeds, I didn't spray real heavy. I just misted those weeds, you know, with that Roundup. And it, for a while there, it just didn't seem like it was doing anything. It took, had to have been at least a week or two before it finally started taking effect. And it's finally taking effect. And it's wiping those sons of bitches right out. They're dead. There's still some weeds that I missed. But again, I'm out of Roundup. I'm not out, but I want to keep some for my yard, you know, or for my place. So once I do get another bottle of Roundup, the mixable stuff, which I think will make 10 gallons, 5 or 10 gallons. So I got plenty there to make, because this is only like a gallon sprayer. And yeah, I don't want to use my big 2-gallon because that's my organic sprayer. And I don't want to dump crap in that, so figured I'll just keep using the Roundup sprayer for now. It's working, it's getting me by. But I'm probably still going to hit the pasture this fall with some Weed Be Gone or something. After I spray my yard, I'm going to probably spray the pasture there a little bit. And then we have to spray we're going to probably spray the dike next year. Right now I want to work on our main property, so, you know, it's not looking like a bag of shits. So, but I've been looking at two types of sprayers for Big Red, and I can't make up my mind because I like them both, and I don't need both. So, I guess it would just bolt right into there, wouldn't it? Yeah. So I've been looking at the one that's got it's a 16 gallon, and it has its own little wand that sticks out the back, and that's supposed to be a 14-foot spray. The only problem with that is that it's not adjustable, the tip. I'm going to put the link below. I like the sprayer, but I don't like it because the tip's not adjustable, so you can't make it a narrower spray or not. And then I don't know how good it would be with the light bar on the back, because I don't want to have to take my damn light bar off. I don't want to have to do that. So I've been kind of thinking about that. And then there's another sprayer. Well, this will take me back down to a 10-gallon sprayer, okay? Now, this 10-gallon sprayer is only like a spot sprayer. But you can get a 14-foot boomless spray kit for it, which is what I was thinking about doing. And that's adjustable. You can just loosen the bolt and you can slide the thing up and down on its rail to, you know, adjust your spray with. Which is probably what I'll end up, well, it's probably what I'll end up doing for in the yard, because some areas don't need to be that wide. I don't want to be spraying trees or anything, so it probably wouldn't hurt the trees none, but I guess from what I can tell on that 14-foot spray, the boomless kit, is that it bolts, damn mosquitoes, get out of here. It bolts to the bottom, basically to the bottom of Big Red's hitch. I can't see this on video, but there's a hole right there on the top of Big Red's hitch. Not this hitch that I put in, but the factory hitch, the receiver or whatever, you know, to accept the hitch. They put a little hole there on top. I guess that's what it would bolt to. It would actually bolt to that. You wouldn't put a pin in or anything. I'd probably just put a pin in, but I think a bolt is so it can't, you know, twist or anything. And then, of course, then it bolts there, all the weight's there, and then it's got, of course, it's got the hosing and everything. So I think what I can do is that I can put the tank back further, because I got my light bar that keeps getting loose all the time. I may have to switch these over to bolts, because they're getting loose all the time. Of course, it would probably take up some of the seat, but I could probably even offset it too if I wanted to offset the tank. So, because it's not going to matter. And then there would be some hosing that would run down, and I think the thing would probably sit right about here, maybe about kind of. I'm going to put the link to all this stuff too. You guys can look at it, but it'd be about there somewhere, and then it would spray your 14 feet swath. Of course, then it would be on a rail, and then you could slide it up and down, and that's what would give you your adjustment for spray width. That's what I like about that. The bad thing about that is that it would be sticking on the back of Big Red, which is probably not going to be good if you're going to be going through ditches. So like if I sprayed a dike, there's a ditch at the bottom. It could possibly get bent, and I know one guy said that his got bent pretty easy. Well, you may have to reinforce it. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I may have to reinforce it. To get it to, you know, to do what I want it to do, and so it doesn't twist so damn easy. Or I may just have to put a pin on it and allow it to you know, flex, you know, so it can move with the ground a little bit if it should hit the ground. So, but I'm going to put the link to the 16-gallon sprayer, and then I'll put the link to the 10-gallon sprayer with the ooh, she's really wet in here. I'm going to put it with the boomless kit that you can buy with that for like $90. I think it's on sale, but its original pricing is like $90 or something like that. But the 16-gallon sprayer that's already got the boom on it, which is, you know, non-adjustable, which is what I don't like about it, that's going for about $209. I think that's on sale as well. And if you think about it, I'd be paying almost the same for either setup. Regardless if I get the 10-gallon or the 16-gallon, it's going to be about $200 anyway. Because the tank's about $90, and then the sprayer is about almost another $90. So it gets you pretty damn close to that price range. So either way, you're basically paying for the same thing. I guess it just kind of depends on what kind of setup you want to go with. I'd have to go with the boomless. Well, I like both, so I don't really know what to do. But again, if I went with the boom sprayer that that's already built into the tank. If I were to offset that tank, then it won't spray right. So I may have to go with the boomless kit that you bolt onto the back of your four-wheeler. So that way I can offset the tank, because I got the light bar and then the CB antenna's in the way. So I may have to offset it a little bit. So hopefully they'll give you some extra hosing that will allow you to do that. I don't know, I haven't figured it. I might even have to just take off the damn light bar. I don't know. It's not really something I want to do because it's going to be a pain in the ass, because you'd have to unbolt it all the frickin' time. So that's why I'm hoping it can just kind of either rest up against here, or it can sit offset or whatever. If it overhangs a little bit, who gives a shit? Just strap it down good enough so it can't go anywhere. So yeah, so I'll put the links to that sprayer below. You guys can tell me which one you guys like the most. But either way, I got to get a sprayer, so it's kind of a needed. It's kind of a needed thing right now. So, damn it, freaking bugs. So, but yeah, the Roundup's working pretty good. Doesn't work. It works fuck all on big weeds like these things. You'd have to probably put like 50 million gallons of that shit on to even work for that organic spray. Weed Be Gone would probably work, but you'd probably have to hit it at least probably 2 or 3 times. Whereas with the Roundup, if you missed it, it would probably take about a week to take effect. And I think it helps too with it actually raining out, because then the plant will drink the rain, and if the rain hits the leaves, it'll maybe take some of the Roundup with it, and then the plant drinks it and kills it right to the root. So that's that stuff works pretty good. So, but I've never used it on big, heavier weeds like that. This is actually the first year of me doing that. I've always used it in my yard. Of course, the weeds were only like this big, so, yeah, I could have just went and pulled them out by hand, but I'm lazy, so I can just spray Roundup and forget it. Come back the next day and it works. I mean, it says on the bottle that's supposed to work within, you can start seeing results after the first day. Well, that's on small stuff. On these big things, it takes a little bit longer, which is not a big deal because it's finally doing what I want it to do. So I'm not gonna complain about it. It's doing what I want it to do. I will have to go back. There are some weeds that I missed and some I couldn't spray because I ran out of Roundup pretty much. So we have a new herd of thistles coming in. Some that were already there from earlier. Well, they've been there all summer. But then we got some new ones coming in, and we got some damn bugs. And then we got some thistles, and I gotta spray them. Those stupid the milkweeds, the thistles, the stinkweeds, and then we got some foxtails that need to get sprayed as well. They're already going to seed, or they will be here pretty quick. But there's not much I can do about it because I don't have enough spray with me. I mean, I could spray that Weed Be Gone, but the thing is, I don't want to put chemicals in my in my organic sprayer. I don't want to do that. And my uncle's sprayer is kind of a piece of shit. It doesn't spray like it should. Whereas my big sprayer works a little bit better. So, and in that Roundup sprayer, is battery operated, so that saves me a little bit of time. I don't have to burn so much fucking energy trying to pump it all the time. See, here's a new burdox. Here's a new one just starting to come up now. The second year they'll probably start getting a shoot to them, just like the ones out here did. So that's what they do, I think, the first year or the second year in. And then they start doing what this one's doing over here. Well, I guess there's some right here too that are doing it. Which I'm not going to spray these for anything because it's not. Cows can knock them down if we put cows down here. But then they start getting. They start getting these little shoots on them now. All these long things. So that's what they do. And of course they just keep getting bigger too. Got a tree rubbing or something, or a bird making noise. But yeah, so that's what's going on. Oats update, and then you guys can tell me what you think of those sprayers. Which one do you guys like the most? I know that. Ouch. I know that Crazy DD Kid did a video on his sprayer setup. That pull type. I'm okay with pull type sprayers. You know, in the yard it's fine. But I think for big, I forget how big his sprayer was. I think it was a 26 gallon or something like that. I mean, so it's a fairly big sprayer. But you know, if you wanted to like go off road and like spray, see, like in our pastures where the cows eat, it's bumpy as fucking hell. And of course you got monster ant hills and shit like that. That probably should be sprayed and killed as well. Yeah, see, this is what these burdoxes do. They get like into a tree form and they just keep growing. They're just fucking all over. Well, he's talking about working all this under, so I ain't gonna bother spraying it. How he's gonna work this under here, I don't think he can, because there used to be a fence here. So he would have to just. He really should just bring his damn caterpillar in here and dig and see where where it's all at, where it's safe. So, and then of course, then again here, more trees, or burdock trees, I call them. So, but yeah, so that's what's yeah. So you guys can look at those sprayers and tell me what you think. If I remember to put the links below. Well, see, like I was saying, I guess because I forgot, a pull type sprayer would not be good if you're going in bumpy terrain, because you'd end up breaking the damn thing. You'd end up breaking the axles or something, or you could twist a frame because it's always going to be doing this, Whereas a tank sprayer, if you just mount on the back of your four-wheeler, it'll follow your four-wheeler. It won't take all the abuse. Your four-wheeler will take all the abuse. And that's what four-wheelers were designed to do, was to take all the abuse. They were made to go through, potholes and shit like that. So, yeah. So, that's why I don't really care for it. I mean, in a yard, it's fine, but when you're going to get into that rocky or rough, areas, pull type's pretty much all fucking useless. So, and they're more money, too. I've seen them going for quite a bit of money, too, so. For quite a bit, I should say. But every damn year, these fucking... See, these are the thistles. Most of these, anyway. All the really tall green things. They're all thistles, and they're taking over like a son of a whore. And then back here, we have, I think, which is poison ivy. I think it's a weaker version of poison ivy, because I touched it and I got itchy for a few minutes. Which is on the trails as well. Which is this bushy stuff. Right here. Well, that right there is bushy freaking poison ivy plants. Which I guess Roundup does make a poison ivy kill spray too. I guess it'll just kill that and won't kill anything else. So which I'm not going to bother spraying down here, because if you would actually put cattle down here, they would just stomp it all to shit. They would just kill it eventually anyway. So, but yeah, I got some trees to take out for next year. So I know that next year I think I'm going to be spending a lot of the summer cutting up trees. I got these 2 dead motherfuckers that I got to get down. There's a third one in the back that's starting to die, but he's way back there. And then I got one that's laying in the hayfield. That should have been out this year, but you know, I'm going to probably either try to do it late this fall or I'm going to do it. I don't even know if I can cut that down. I don't know, because it looked kind of like I guess we can go look at it quick, but I think it was a pretty big fucking tree. So I may just have to put a hurting on it, cut what I can, and then my uncle might have to come down with the 400 and just try to push it all into the bushes some more. You know, cut it enough so where if he pushes it with the loader, it'll break. Because, you know, I only got a 16-inch bar, and I don't know if it would cut all the way through. Or cut the whole thing in one swipe. So I never did ever take a good look at this tree. I could just take Big Red because it's faster, but it's just right down here, so. But man, I hope this fucking rain quits because we've just had so much of it. It's unfreaking believable. Yeah, and I have to spray the dike, which I told you guys that too, that I gotta spray that probably. I think I'm gonna start spraying that next year. There's another damn burdocks growing. Because it's growing. They mowed it a while ago, but they don't mow it enough, so all the burdoxes are starting to come back up. And it doesn't take them long to come back up. So, and of course, well, they're gonna fucking seed and go into our fields. So I need to put it under control. So may have to call up the mayor and talk to her about it and see if there's anything I can do about it. Because if not, then they're gonna have to get a hold of the state, and the state will have to do it. Either that, or they need to start mowing it twice a year, or 3 times a year even, just to put a hurting on it. I'm never gonna really be able to see anything, I guess, anyway, until the fucking grass goes down. Let's see here. I think I could take. Come on, I can't even walk through this freaking tall grass. That's how thick it is. This thing's gonna be a cocksucker to cut. I think I could take up most of that, I think. I'm not gonna bother taking it all the way down because we don't go in this far. Well, that's a bit too big. So I think I could probably stop. Yeah, right here. I'll just snip that off, and then the rest of the way I'll cut it. So I guess that won't be too bad. Which actually I guess I could do this year. Well, what I would like to do is take what I can off and see where it broke. Yeah, that's just way too big for my chainsaw to cut. I'll have to try to see if I can get my uncle down here. Maybe he can push the rest in. I'll cut what I can off, and then the rest can be pushed. I mean, if I had a big, well, if I put a bigger bar on my saw, I could probably cut it, no problem. But I don't have a bigger bar. I only got a 16-inch bar on mine. I've been wanting to get a bigger one. Wouldn't mind upgrading to a 18-inch, which will probably be an option here in the next couple of years. Because I can't do anything with that fucking 16-inch bar. It's too damn small. It's fine for snipping small stuff, but I'm getting into bigger and bigger trees all the time. So it's time to upgrade. So yeah. So I don't know what the hell's going on here. That's weird. I'll have to keep an eye on that, see what it's doing. If it continues to get worse, I'll have to make a video on it, see what you guys think. But we're not gonna do that today. The video's already too damn long. So And if you can't walk through tall grass, it's going to be a bitch to fucking mow. I know it's going to be a cocksucker. And hopefully he'll bring the big 1086 down with the pull type, because that son of a bitch goes right through this tall stuff. We had to get him in here a couple years ago to do most of it, because my friend's swather couldn't do it. It was just too wet underneath and too thick. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, I guess I'll probably take off. Just a little oats update and other stuff. Yeah, you guys can tell me what you think on those sprayers. Which ones do you guys like? I hear something. Oh yeah, there it is. There goes a razor. We're having some trouble with trespassers again about a month ago. It seems to have stopped again. I thought it would have picked up because of the kids not being in school. It's going right there. So if you can see it. So, but yeah, I guess it's not the right one anyway. The one we were looking for was much bigger than that. But yeah, it slowed down a little bit. Of course, it's going to go to North Dakota. Yep, just like I figured. And apparently there's a cop that moved in there now too, into that town. And apparently they don't give a shit about the cop being there. Because driving your ATVs and stuff like that on a highway is illegal. Regardless if you have it with a license plate and insured or not. It's only if you get it license plate and insured, it's only good for in-town use. It's not good for out of the towns. So, but anyway, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. I got some better things to do. So yeah. Alright, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.
Thank you.